Hi guys, this is Keshav Malpani and welcome back to yet another session of 12 minutes to CLAT. Today we're going to discuss about a recent proposal cleared by the central government wherein the marriageable age of women in India has been increased from 18 to 21. Okay, so this has sparked a lot of controversy and a lot of debate from here and there. So we're going to understand that debate as well. But I think first of all of us understand that child marriage has been one issue that has been a major social evil and a major problem in India. मैंने अभी कुछ टाइम पहले एक चाइल्ड मैरिज एक्ट पर एक वीडियो बनाया था जिसमें मैंने आपको बताया था दैट 1/3 ऑफ चाइल्ड मैरिजेस इन द एंटायर वर्ल्ड हैपन इन इंडिया. ठीक है, तो हम बेसिकली 33% भागीदार है पूरी दुनिया की चाइल्ड मैरिजेस में. सो इंडिया हैज द हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ चाइल्ड ब्राइड्स इन द एंटायर वर्ल्ड. नाउ टू डू अवे विद दैट द गवर्नमेंट हैज in fact made it uniform for males and females so that marriageable age is from now on going to be 21 years of age. Now, very important thing to understand is कि government just straight away cannot pass the proposal and assume कि सारी की सारी उसमें 21 ईयर की एज women की हो जाएगी मैरिजेस के लिए. There have to be certain amendments that needs to be made to certain acts like the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act of 2006, certain personal laws, because अगर आप हिंदू मैरिज एक्ट के बारे में सुने तो हिंदू मैरिज एक्ट का 18 is the age for women to get married. Wherein if you talk about Islamic law, वहां पर when the women gets to puberty, ठीक है, whenever she hits puberty, she is allowed to marry. Now these are certain things that needs to be changed. So uniform 21-year criteria is going to be imposed on all these acts as well. Basically every woman that is residing in the country. Now another very important thing to understand is कि ये जो minimum criteria आता है, the minimum age criteria as to when somebody should get married, ये कहां से शुरू हुआ? So this particular criteria started from the शारदा एक्ट way back in 1929. ठीक है, उस शारदा एक्ट को बाद में रिफ्रेम करके और आई वुड से उसका नाम चेंज करके इट वाज कॉल्ड द चाइल्ड मैरिज रिस्ट्रेंट एक्ट ऑफ 1929, which for the very first time in India fixed a minimum age for marrying for marriage for a particular girl, which was 15 years at that time. ठीक है, उस टाइम वो 15 साल थी. उसके बाद में 1978 में इस चाइल्ड मैरिज रिस्ट्रेंट एक्ट CMRA जिसको हम बोलते हैं, उसमें देयर वाज एन अमेंडमेंट मेड इन 1978 व्हिच ब्रॉट अप द एज टू 18 इयर्स फॉर वुमेन, व्हिच वाज गोइंग टिल नाउ एज वेल. है ना, अभी तक भी हम देख रहे थे इन ऑल द पर्सनल लॉज एज वेल 18 वाज द मिनिमम एज जहां पर वुमेन वर अलाउड टू मैरी. उसके नीचे वो मैरी नहीं कर सकती थी. So in recent past, government in fact has been making a lot of efforts in order to make sure that the nutrition, the maternal health, etc. of women are in the right direction. Basically, they have been improving. Okay, so although they have been improving for, I would say, last 5-7 years, but the improvement is not as much as we have expected because we are making a lot of efforts in that direction. So this seems to be like a positive move in that direction. Now, before the government actually came up with this idea of, basically making it uniform that everybody is going to have a 21 years as their age in India, as the marriageable age in India, the government actually set up a task force to understand as to what are the problems associated with early marriage of women. So these, some of the problems were their too much dependency on their husbands, their poor maternal health, poor maternal nutrition, becoming, early mothers. All those were certain problems that women actually faced if they were married earlier. So a 4-member task force was created, which was actually head by the former Samata Party leader, Miss Jaya Jetli. Okay, so she actually had this, and in the end, she led this committee and finally came up with a recommendation that the age should be increased to 21 and it should be made uniform for men and female. Now, obviously, there could be certain points that are going to favor the government's move. And I think the most important one is that, as I already told you, that India is a hub of child brides. तो वो चाइल्ड ब्राइड्स काफी ज्यादा इंडिया से अब कम हो जाएंगी बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली 21 एक मैरिजेबल एज रहेगा फॉर बोथ मेल एंड फीमेल. हाउएवर इट्स बीन सीन इन इंडिया की जो चाइल्ड मैरिज की जो पॉलिसीज हैं दे हैव बीन क्वाइट नॉट इम्प्लीमेंटेड ऑन द ग्राउंड लेवल. अगर आप देखो ना, चाइल्ड मैरिज इज स्टिल रैम्पेंट इन इंडिया. इवन वी गॉट द एक्ट इन 2006, तो 15 साल से वी हैव अ लॉ विच प्रोहिबिट्स चाइल्ड मैरिज इन इंडिया. बट स्टिल प्रैक्टिकली देखा जाए तो चाइल्ड मैरिजेस आराम से देश में हो रही हैं. So the practical application of these laws have not been done quite properly, we can say. Other than that, एक practical example लेते हैं. So I think you would understand that when a woman is married at a very early age, for example, say at 18 years of age, तो अगर 18 साल में उसकी शादी हो गई तो 18 साल का इंसान generally is 10th or 12th pass at max. Now the problem is when she goes to some other house, she is entirely financially dependent on her husband or his family. So if in future they do not support her, then she might have certain children as well after that. And if the husband or the family, the in-laws are not supportive, she has no other way to go out. The only way she has is to stay with that cruel family, is to just, find a way to, just stay with them despite so much struggles. So the women in this country were not able to gain that kind of financial independence, and they were always on the mercy of their husbands. If you look at in the Indian scenario, this also leads to certain offenses like say domestic violence, where women can't do much because they ultimately have to live on the mercy of their husbands. Now this is a problematic issue. So when the age has been increased from 18 to 21, I see that this is a positive move in the sense that now women will be able to study more as well. तो अगर आप 18 के बाद 18 में 12th कर लेते हो, उसके बाद में मे बी यू कैन डू अ 3-year graduation also, and that will make it easy for you to get jobs at any point in time. So I think this is quite a positive move by the government in the favor of providing women an age which is uniform with men, which is going to be the minimum age for marriage now. Now obviously there are opposition leaders who are coming with a lot of cons for this age. I would say certain negative points. And Mr. Owaisi की मैं आपको एक छोटी सी क्लिप दिखाता हूँ. Here it is.
This is against right to freedom of under Article 19. An 18-year-old can choose a prime minister, can have a live-in relationship, can have a sexual relation under POSCO Act, but you are denying them right to marriage. What have you done for the 18-year-old? The women labor participant force in India is lower than Somalia. Your Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, 89% funds were used by Narendra Modi for his publicity. This is a retrogressive step. This should be taken back. This is against the 18-year-old. Thank you, sir.
So guys, these are certain cons that have been highlighted by Mr. Owaisi. He has called this as a popularity move, or a kind of a popularity gimmick by the government. But in my opinion, I personally feel that this does not solve the entire problem of child marriage or the problems that women have been facing in this country. But this definitely is a step in the right direction. Okay, so that's it about the session from my side, guys. I think all of you would know that I've been teaching on Unacademy as well. And I've been taking a lot of lectures on current affairs as well as on legal reasoning. I will be also starting a new course in logical reasoning as well, where a lot of you are facing problems. So guys, you can definitely visit my classes. There are some free classes जिसके links मैंने description में लगा दिए. So if you like my style of teaching and you feel that I can make that kind of difference in your CLAT preparation for 22 as well as for 23, you are most welcome to come to my classes. आप फ्री क्लासेस के लिंक नीचे से देख सकते हो. उसके अलावा यू कैन टेक अ सब्सक्रिप्शन एज वेल ऑफ द न्यू बैचेस दैट वी आर गोइंग टू बी स्टार्टिंग. You can use my code Keshav Live or Malpani and get 10% off on these classes as well. आपको इसका लिंक भी डिस्क्रिप्शन के साथ मिल जाएगा. So that's it about the session from my side. If you like our sessions, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icons. Don't miss any updates from us. Keep liking us and keep following us like this. Thank you so much.